Hi friends, WizD here, welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. We pulled Leo, we pulled his 5-star soul, we have Raphael, we have the 4 turtles in the account, and I've put my best gear, my best defensive gear on Leo. Now it's time to compare him against other champions. Of course, there are lots of Leo videos from other content creators right now, showing him in different builds and different gears and talking about how awesome Leo is in beating different areas of content, but specifically Arena. So I wanted to compare him with my build. My build is usually lower than other content creators, but this can be good because it's closer to your builds. It's closer to the gear level that you have. We'll also test Raphael on the side, but what I wanted to do today is test Leo against the other high tier or high end nukers for live arena, because of course classic arena is easy, but we'll test in classic arena because live arena is not open right now. We will compare him against the other top nukers and say why he is better or worse than them, where he can excel, which scenarios and all of that. The first thing that we need to do, okay, let's do our basic testing first and I'll show you the gear and everything. So the first contender that we will test Leo against is going to be Marius. Of course, Marius is way better in PvE due to his enemy max HP hits, the triple hit and all of that, and other parts of his kit. So let's just jump into it and talk about why Marius might be better than Leo in specific scenarios. Marius, of course, as soon as this loads, okay, let's disable this. Of course, if we talk about Seifi is better supporting Marius and Leo because she puts defense up on them, allowing Marius, if we don't want to use his A3 into A2 to avoid polymorph, this will give us the chance to do this and just go directly into his big hit. So let's put decrease defense and weaken on this wave here. Marius A3 puts defense up on himself and increase accuracy, which would be good if you don't have increased defense from your booster. He doesn't need it most of the time, but the main thing here is that he can put stun on the enemy team. So that's of course additional value. But this also makes him target for polymorph. So we won't do this now. We will just put it 1x and test each of those triple hits for Marius that are good in PvE and PvP, and we'll check the builds at the end. So if we do this hit, let's notice this Seifi for example. We're talking about 35 to 38k per hit. So the 3 hits are around 100k, let's say. Our next team, I will test Georgette. He is my highest damage from my attack based nukers. Let's also test Raphael while we are at it. He's not the main showcase champion here, but let's see what Raphael will do, and he is in way weaker gear than my Georgette. So let's just compare the damage to see if Raphael also is good or not. I'll show you the builds at the end, but let's put attack up on Georgette to give him a bit more benefit here. Decrease defense and weaken. So remember that Marius with his triple hit did 100k. Now Georgette's this hit, this single target hit that ignores stone skin, of course this is an increased value that other champions, if we talk about Marius or Leo, won't do. Though Marius with his triple hit, most of the time he breaks stone skin, but let's see. So this single target hit is really strong. So let's see how much he will hit that Seifi for. 140k. And then he gives himself an additional turn. So let's test Raphael's A3 on that other Seifi in weaker gear. Look at this, guys. So he can do up to 100k in this weak build per single hit, and it's a triple hit. So this hit in weak gear can do 300k with Berserk on him, which is stronger, and he puts the unkillable on himself. So that's really valuable because we're comparing him against one of the strongest attack-based damage dealers in the game, which is Georgette, and he can beat his A3 in weaker gear. That's important, guys. So let's test the A2 here, which is the AoE. He's doing 400k with the A2. I don't think we'll see these numbers with someone else today. I want to give Raphael his fair chance with attack up and with decreased defense and weaken to test his A2, because his A3 proved to be very strong even against Georgette. So we repeat the test very quickly here. I'll go back to Leo. I didn't forget about him. So that's a single target nuke, 460k. Now something went wrong with the previous test actually, because in my previous testing he's hitting that hard. But notice that Raphael with his A3 almost got the same number with half the gear. So if we test his A3 once more, let's see if he can do those 300k. Well, the average is 70k, but he's able to kill. That's a triple hit, so he will kill anyone with it. So let's just test a little bit more. I want to test Raphael's A2. Okay, so we're back. Georgette did a couple of kills to give Raphael Berserk. And then let's test that AoE. I just want to see how hard it hits with... Okay, come on. So 170k or something, 100 to 170k. These are great numbers for AoEs we're talking about this wave. So as we can see, attack-based nukers can hit way harder than Marius, for example. We'll see what Leo will do, but they are squishy. So when you're using attack-based nukers, you'll have to use someone to protect them, like Necrit or Stone Skin or whatever. Or in specific scenarios, like for example, if you manage to for Raphael's A3 to go first, he will give himself unkillable. Leo does the same, which is amazing. And then he keeps getting turns and doing those big hits. So Raphael, in half the gear that Georgette has, can do almost as much damage as Georgette. This tells you how good Raphael is as a nuker. And we tested that Georgette damage. He does 500k and he does crazy numbers and 400k on AoEs. So Georgette is super strong. But again, he's an attack-based nuker. So we're comparing apples to oranges here. We have one more test that I want to do with Empress, because Empress is also one of the strongest HP-based nukers. Then we'll test Leo to compare, and I'll show you the gear on all of them, because this is the best gear on my account on these champions. So it's a good test to see if you have multiple champions or similar ones, which one deserves your best gear. So nothing will boost Empress damage because he's HP based, but let's see now. So I'll immediately switch form and go into his second form HP nuke. So let's notice this here. So that's his AoE. And let's see how much damage he will do to this wave. We're talking about 170k. I've seen 170k. So we're talking about 120 to 170k. These numbers are crazy for HP based nukers, and they can take anyone out with removing the buffs in his first form, with the block revive on his A1 on the second form. So of course I don't need to vouch for Empress. He's an amazing, probably the best HP nuker in the game right now. Well, Taras, yeah, no, Taras is still better. But we'll see what Leo can do and if he's going to dethrone the other champions here. So we have Leo. I will use his aura because I want to give him as much advantage as we can. Let me bring Arbiter for one reason. I want to put more buffs on him, just to show you his potential. And we'll do one more test with Leo after this. This is just a damage test, but I want to add something to the equation here just to show you how efficient it will be. So we have a bunch of buffs on us. Let's put more buffs, one more buff. So that's Leo's A3 with 7 buffs on us, including Stone Skin. I've built him in Savage and Stone Skin. So let's test his big nuke here. And we will add, okay, 220k. I've seen bigger numbers there. It's enough to wipe any wave. I'll show you something right now before we do the test with the other turtles, just to show you the difference there. So if we go into his A2, and I've used him in live arena, he puts unkillable and counter attack on himself, and his A1 is nasty. This move, that A2 protected my other champions, and even when they died, the counterattacks almost took out all of the other team. So that's one thing that Leo has in his kit that's very unique to him. I wish that live arena was open so I can show you a couple of things there. Let's now test him again with other turtles in the equation, because that should increase his damage. And let's see my Donatello, and of course, like Raphael is an okay gear, but Donatello is not in the best gear. So let's see now what will happen and if he'll do more damage than those 200 to 270 before. So let's give him defense up, and then decrease defense and weaken, more buffs. And actually we didn't give him more buffs. Okay, so now I'll show you two things. The first thing is that let's check that A3 to see how much damage. 500k. I've seen numbers bigger than Georgette. Guys, this is amazing. For a defense-based nuker that's tanky by default, to do numbers bigger than the squishy attack-based nuker, this is amazing. Leo is one, he might be the second or third top nuker now in the game. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about HP, defense-based, attack-based. He is amazing, and he's so fun to play with due to the other things in his kit. The other things that I wanted to show you now, he is going to ally attack with other turtles. For example, if I hit this Siffy here, even if I didn't kill her, Leo will go in with his A1 and he almost killed her. These are tanky Doom Tower hard waves. So let's see what we can do here. If we put this back, basically other turtles will cause more counter attacks. His A1 is nasty, so he can take people out. Now look at how many buffs we have on ourselves and them. This will completely wipe them. We're talking about 400k, 500k hits. This is as hard as attack-based nukers. Now let's go to arena and try to test him against tanky teams. Of course, I'm lower in arena, so I'm not sure what is the best teams. Like, look at this team. I want a tanky slow team just to show what he can do here. Okay, this team, I'm probably faster than them. Okay, let's try it like this and see if we're faster with our Fabian, just to put their skills on cooldown. The important thing for us here is that to test them with other turtle in an arena scenario. That's low gold 5, so it's nothing crazy. But let's see now. So this Freya, of course, is in Stone Skin. And let's put their skills on cooldown. Let's try. So we didn't remove, well, we did remove the block debuffs, which is good. I'm thinking somehow Croza and the Bomb Champion. Anyways, okay. Because I was just recording that other video. Anyway, don't worry about this. So now they killed my Raphael, but that's okay. See if you will bring him back. Probably he won't get a chance to do anything because when we do that A3, as you can see here, 200k hits, we killed everyone, and then Raphael is counter-attacking that Freya and almost killing her, which will give us a chance. Okay, whatever, this fight is easy. Do I need to do anything here? I'm probably not, because yeah, I can just kill them with A1s from him, and he is still fully healthy. Because of lightning armor, because of lots of things, I don't even need to use his A2 to protect anyone. I will just counter attack. Freya is nasty, so she can hit hard, but because he got a strong A1, even putting the provoke on him, that won't be an issue. Because he's going to attack Freya and kill her in just a sec, and he's void, so he's not, like, look here. Yeah, it wasn't a strong hit, but of course, he killed her. Okay, let's finish this fight. Let's actually just move out of this fight. I'm trying to find, let me try and find a good one for us. What about this one, guys? So we have Siegfried, Mariska, Duchess, and Mikage. So let's go into this fight and see. Is this team too strong for us? I guess we figured out now. So Fabian is my control condition, and he should be faster than this other team, unless Mikage is super fast. Okay, let's see. As long as my Seifi is fast, I think we should be okay. So let's put their skills on cooldown. Okay, except Mariska, whatever, yeah. Let's see what we can do now. So they have strengthen, they have a lot of good things. Let's see how hard we can hit here. Of course, we almost took Mariska out. And look at that block revive from Raphael with the A1. That's the Ninja Turtles power. Turtles power, we completely took off. Let's put this Siegfried to sleep if we can. And now we have Berserk on our Raphael. And let's see what we can do now. Okay. I'm not sure. This will trigger his block. Well, let's do this actually. Okay. Why didn't it trigger his block damage? I'm not sure. But yeah, you see here. So the turtle just with the counter attacks are taking off people. I don't even need to use his A2 to protect my squishy Raphael, who already got unkillable on himself. And now I'll just do this. That's a weak hit. Okay. Even with weak hits, he almost took the Duchess out, but the ally attack from Leo finished the trick. That was actually a good team. I didn't think that will be this easy for us. So let's look for another slow team. Okay, this is 700k. So this is a Marius team. Let's see if our Seifi is faster. He got a 6-star blessing on his Seifi. So let's see now. And a +1 Marius. So his gear level might be better than mine. I guess we'll check now. Okay. They are faster and will be dead. Lightning cage prevented us from those stolen buffs. I'm not sure. Does that Armand's got any gear on him? I don't have much resistance on my Leo, but let's see now. Good for us. So luckily Marius is locked out. So let's see what we can do. And now Empress will do his nastiness. Okay. Your chance, Leo. It's now or never. Look at this. Look at this. Leo almost soloed, well, not almost, he soloed that team. So now she will bring back Empress. Do we have a chance? Come on, come on, come on. Ah, that was close. But you see how strong Leo is? He almost took out all of this team. If we had Donatello in proper gear in this team, his passive might have protected us from dying and gave us another chance to hit them back. Do we want to try them again, actually? Duha 86, you have a very good team. Look at how many times I tried to beat him using different variations and I couldn't. Okay, good team. Good team, or my gear is not that good. We will check right now my gear level just to see the gear on the champion that we used. We didn't use UDK, at least not in the video here. That's my Marius in 9-piece Slayer. It didn't change from the last time I showed him to you. So 60k HP, 5.5k defense. More, of course, if you can put on him. I don't want his speed to be lower than 250 for all areas of content. I don't change this build. 100% of course crit rate, 340 crit damage, and then some accuracy and resistance as much as you can. But the important thing for us is that make him fast, crit damage, defense, and he will do amazingly. And of course 9-piece Slayer. This is Marius' best build, and of course he got my only cat's gaze. So when we say that Leo is doing more damage than him, Leo doesn't even have a relic on him. Let's check Leo's build. Well, actually he has Hand of Uncreation, but this is only to protect his buffs. He doesn't have any relic that will increase his damage. This is just to protect his buffs. So let's check his stats. We're talking about 6.6k defense. That's not too high for a defense-based damage dealer. 250 speed. In today's meta, anything lower than 250 will be too low. Surprisingly, he got the exact same crit damage like Marius, 340. Looks like these are my highest numbers. And 50k, of course, HP. Some resistance if you can afford it. He doesn't need accuracy, it's just on the gear. But the important thing is that the 250 speed and 300 crit damage. And you saw the amount of damage that he did, beating even my Georgette. Talking about my Georgette, let's take his gear and lethal. So the important thing is lethal for Georgette. So he's my highest damage champion, 6.8k attack, nothing crazy there. 230, 370 almost percent crit damage. So 7k attack and 370% crit damage. Why is this important? Because note that Raphael did almost the same damage like him. He's in 6 pieces merciless, but the important number here is that he got only 4.7k attack. He almost got, well, not almost, he got 2k attack less than my Georgette, and he got almost 100% crit damage less. So only with 4.7k attack and 260 crit damage, this is an average build. In Merciless, it's good, and he's even a bit slow, but the important thing for us is that he did exactly the same damage like Georgette with way lower gear. This tells you how strong Raphael is, especially with his A1 with the block revive. He can be the new Phoenix. Phoenix A1 might hit harder, but the block revive, the strong attacks, the unkillable on himself, he's one of the top attack-based nukers in the game like right now, Raphael. And I just shown you a comparison of how he did crazy damage compared to my Georgette in way less gear. Did we test anyone else? Okay, Empress. Yeah, Empress is the last champion that I want to show you. 4 pieces lethal, 4 pieces stone skin, 210 speed, that's a little bit on the low side, 300% crit damage and 70k HP. That's not, like, this is a very moderate build. If we talk about HP based nukers, but you've seen his damage, we're talking about almost 100k HP, 350% crit damage, and of course faster than this for today's meta. Only with this level of gear he's still doing crazy damage. He's my best HP based nuker. If I compare him to my Narcissus, for example, I think he got my second best gear. So Narcissus got only 240 crit damage. I stole gear from him to give to Empress, still too slow on 100k HP. Empress is beating him on damage easily. I'm still using Narcissus on and off, also 4 pieces lethal, 4 pieces stone skin. But I've shown you the important champions, Empress, Georgette, Marius, as opposed to Raphael and Leo. Leo is so much fun to play, and he is one of the top 3 maybe, or top 4 damage dealers in the entire game, with a great kit, defense based, amazing with the buff increasing damage ability in the A3. But as you saw also in one of the fights, if you cannot give him enough buffs, his damage won't be that good, but if you give him enough buffs, his damage is amazing. Plarium did great by giving us a chance of getting Leo guaranteed with his 5-star souls. Of course, my top wish list now is a 6-star soul for him. Probably I'll switch Lightning Cage to a Crushing Ring. When I get it, I'll check how much difference will it do in his damage. But amazing champion. My favorite one for live arena right now. Unfortunately, it's not open right now to talk about it. I hope you liked that showcase. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you next time.